guys today. It's Kelly with Inky Hands Warm Hearts. I hope you guys are doing awesome. I'm excited to be here with you guys today. Trying to see what you can see here and trying to set us up for a good view without dropping the camera today. I hope everybody's doing good. Let me know that you're here and say hi in the comments. Hey John, hey Lou. All right, let's see. I am trying to see what kind of delay I have, which is always fun. All right, I think I'm good there. I move around a little bit just to make sure that we have a good view. If you guys missed the sale yesterday, I'm sorry, but if you want to find out whenever the latest sales are, check my blog and my Kelly VIP page on Facebook. I post regularly there, and also on my Inky Hands Warm Hearts Facebook page, my business page. You can follow my business page and also join the VIP group if you're interested. It was a fun day of 15% off stamps, and that's always a good time when you can get what you want for cheaper, right? So we still have bonus days going on though. So for every $50 that you spend, you're going to get a $5 coupon. And you can redeem those in August, and you can pile them up and redeem a bunch of them together. So that's the best part. So don't forget about bonus days. I'm going to talk real quick about online exclusives. They are coming back in stock. You just have to hang in there. The week of the 17th, the little truck stamp set that's part of the online exclusives coming back. And they are working on getting them back in the store. But if you've missed this beautiful Christmas paper, do not miss out on it. It is gorgeous. And I have a feeling that will sell out. And when it does sell out, I don't know if we'll get it back. There's also some metallic snowflake embellishments if you're interested in those. And Paper Pumpkin this month is a watercolor set called Meaningful Flowers. It's going to come with an extra stamp set for free, which I always think is fun. And it's a distinctive stamp set, which means that you use one color of ink and you get a bunch of variations. Hey Roxanne, hey Maleda, and Rita, thanks for joining. And then for the kids collection, you never want to miss out on them. Those are always great kits, and this one is no exception. July's kit is super cute. It has slimline cards, which is a different take on any kits that we've had. So that is the announcements in a nutshell. The stamp set that we're using is seasonal branches. That's it right there, and it is a really large stamp set, 18 stamps, and some of them quite large actually. It's only a $25 price point, and if you want the bundle, it's $53. There's some fantastic dies in the bundle, and this is the card that we're making today. So this cute little bird, I'm going to show you how to color him and get those light and dark tones. And we're going to be using, of course, as you can see by the scallops on this card, the scallop contour dies. I'm also using the paper, the designer series paper, that is part of the Earthen Elements DSP. I'll show it to you. It's a beautiful pack of paper. It's that one right there. And the paper that I'm using, both sides, I used both sides of the paper on that card. But there's some really beautiful textures on that paper, so if you haven't looked into getting yourself a pack of this paper, I recommend it. All right, I guess that's it for announcements. Let's go ahead and get started. We're going to do a little Stampin'. Get some, I'm going to pull out a die here because I'm going to need to cut out the border. This border scallop comes in the scallop contours, and I use this a lot. It's a really fun way to add. We're also using this small one here for our sentiment right there. All right, so I'm going to do that first. So I have a piece of 8.5 by 5.5, and I've scored it, you can see, at 4 1/4. And we're going to burnish it. And then the front, we're gonna cut this piece out of it. So we're gonna lay our little die down right about there. I'm gonna put some post-it note tape or whatever flags, post-it note flags on there to hold it in place. I want to make sure it's straight and that it doesn't wiggle around on me. So I'll put 2 little flags on there. Let's get the machine out. We're going to use the big guy. Oh, look, that fell right off. Let's have to try again. Let's get the machine going first and then we'll put that on. All right, so we need plate number 1, 2, and 3, and then the second 3 will go on top. But first I have to secure the die in place. So I might need some new ones of these. They might be wore out. Let's grab some new ones. They might be tired, right? Everything gets tired. I'm going to put it here just so that I get the same width as my guide. Right there. All right, I'm going to move that out of the way now. Okay, so about that much we want to cut off. So I'll grab 2 flags. We'll put those on there. Make sure we have a nice straight piece. Maybe that. There we go. All right. So now we're gonna open it. Don't put it closed. Don't be silly like me. I have enough bloopers for you guys already. You don't need any more. So we're gonna go ahead and put that through and give it a little. All right. And when we lift these little guys off, my nails, I just cut them and now I can't lift anything up. Okay. So there is our cut. Out of the bottom, we can discard this piece or save it for another project. I'm gonna get this big guy out of our way. And then I'll straighten us up here. A carousel, huh? That'll be fun. All right, let's get back into the swing of things. All right, so we've cut out our piece. I'm gonna put my die away before I lose it. I'm really close to 2K. I think now I have 10 more. I think I need 10 more. I didn't look this morning, but when I went to bed last night, I needed 10 more. I know it'll be exciting when I hit 2K. All right, let's bring the card back in so you guys can see what we're doing here, okay? All right, so we have our little bird. We're gonna put our designer series paper on there. And I'm gonna assemble also, so that's gonna go there. And then this piece is the same color, you can see. If you flip it, then you get that brown piece that's gonna go on the inside. So let's glue those pieces down. Then I'm gonna put the card aside for a minute. I'm gonna show you how to assemble the dies. When you die cut, they have a branch that's a standalone branch. So I did that, and I did some of these leaves that are standalone leaves, and I combined them for the inside of our card, just like that. So I'm gonna show you how to put those together after I get this glued into place. So this time I'm gonna put glue on the blue side because we want the brown to show. And it's fun that, you know, you have 2 sides of your DSP, and if you want to show both sides, if they coordinate well like these do, then you can use them together, like I'm doing on this card. All right, let's get this one. This time we're gonna put the adhesive on the brown side so we can use the blue. Thanks, Rita. Whoops, went off the paper. I better clean that up before I stick it, where it doesn't belong. Okay, let's put that on here. We're gonna leave a little border, and that will be right up onto my scallop pieces. And move that over slightly. All right, so there's our blue. I'm gonna open this and try and slide it a little. There we go. There's our blue piece. All right. So now we have our paper in place. Let me show you how to put together that branch. So we have, here's what it looks like. It's real delicate, but it's so pretty. So we have our little branch, and then I'll show you here. There's the inside. So the leaves cut out 5 leaves at a time. They're all attached together as one die, but they cut out 5. And I put it through a couple times so that I could get 8 leaves. I only see 7 here, so I might have lost one. Which is possible, very possible, so I may have to cut another one. Or it may just be sitting here in the basket waiting for me to grab it, because I have a basket that I keep all of my parts and pieces in, and I have all of my other parts and pieces, but I do not find that cute little leaf. So let me look in my basket first and see if I've put it there, and if not, I will cut us another one or do without it. All right. I don't seem to find it, but it could be stuck to anything, you never know. All right, let's just start. So on these branches, I want to just put a dot of adhesive where I'm going to put the leaf. And this adhesive is really strong, so you just need to let it sit and really bond to the paper. So you're just going to start adding your little dots of glue, and sticking your leaves onto your little dots. Oh, I only have 7 leaves on there, so I do have all of them. Okay, that's good. At least I didn't lose them. So I'm going to put a few dots, you can see, onto my branches to grab these pretty leaves. I think they're so pretty, and they have like, I'm trying to get the camera to grab. You can see the veining in them, and when you die cut them out, you get that veining. So the reason I'm putting this together now is I really want to give it time to dry and bond before I put it into my card, so that the leaves will stay stuck on there. All right, so I'm just gonna put this off to the side here, our little leaves. Isn't that cool? So that's gonna go off to the side. All right. what else do I need to do? Oh, I forgot to put that piece on the inside. So I'm going to show you a tool that I have, and I'll link it in the description below. It is a product called Undo. And I don't know if you guys have ever used it before, but it is a dream lifesaver when you do things like I just did, which stuck this down without my white piece on the inside. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add my glue to my white card, because obviously I need to stick that down. But we need to pick up this paper. So I'm going to move that to the side. And so this goes into this little bottle here, and you drop some liquid and it goes into that little channel at the bottom. And what you want to do is you want to slip that underneath, and it's going to wet your paper, and you're going to freak out thinking, oh my gosh, what's going to happen now? My whole card's going to be soaked and it's not going to work. This is actually a phenomenal product. It's made, it was used by framers. You know how people that frame photos, like portraits and different things into frames, and you know how they have to mat those frames. You know, they cut different size mats, and if the mats were attached crooked, they couldn't lift them up. So this was made for them. So see how that whole piece came up? The cool part is when it evaporates, and it will, you'll see that in a minute, it will act like it never was there. You'll never even know. It dries into the air, so I have to give it a minute to dry. But part of it's going to be covered up by our piece here. So we're going to put this on. But I'll show you from the back side. So we're going to add our piece. I'm going to use my roller to get it to attach. But the really cool thing is when you lift up that designer series paper, the glue that's on it is still sticky. So you can see the back is starting to dry from that wet, and it'll dry completely. You won't even know that it was ever there. It's pretty cool. And then this is still sticky, so I can stick it right back on here, and I don't even have to apply new glue or anything. I will link it, Rita. It is like one of the coolest products. So I will link it. I'll do it right after the video is over. I'll link it on there. Okay, so this should be pretty dry now, so let's go ahead and attach our branch. So to attach our branch, I'm just going to use a really fine line. I'm just going to put a dot and then drag those dots kind of down. And then I'm mainly going to put behind the leaves so that they stay stuck. And I'll just put a few dots along the main branch. Because if I get the main branch stuck and those little leaves down, it'll stay onto your card. So I'm going to grab my tweezer. I'm so glad I made that mistake so that I could show you guys that, because it's a fantastic product. Alright, so I'm going to put this in the corner, the end of my branch in the corner, and then I'm going to just drag my leaves and attach my piece inside. And this is such a beautiful branch. You see how pretty that is? It's so pretty. Alright, the inside of our card is done and fixed. Alright, so I've already stamped our branch here, which is this stamp here. And then I die cut it out with the one that I showed you guys on Tuesday, how to line it back up into that die. So it's this die. So that's already been cut for us. And then I want to show you, this is our leaf stamp, and it looks like this. And the really cool thing is that it's all one piece. You can see that the whole thing is one piece. I colored it in with, first I used crumb cake. I used the light crumb cake. And then I used light Daffodil Delight, and I added a little bit of brightness inside on all the veining to the leaves, and that's the color that I got. Okay, so what we want to do here is all of these pieces will fit on each branch. Can you see that as I put it down? These leaves here grab this branch, these leaves grab that one grabs this one, and the way that this was designed, it's really fantastic. All of the branches grab a leaf, but it's all one unit. Stampin' Up! Just made it so easy. Whoever designed this little set made it so easy. So all you have to do is add a little dot of glue to each of your branch ends, and then your piece will naturally fit on the branch. This is such a cool little bundle, I think. So we're going to start putting them down, and they will grab all of those ink pieces. You just have to move it around, finagle it around until they're all covered, just like that. And you just have to hold it down, get it to grab onto your piece. So there's our branch, and you can see that all of the branches have leaves on them. Even like this inner branch, they gave us a leaf, but it looks like you've glued all these separate leaves on there, and it's one piece. So it's a pretty cool little, it's a pretty cool little set, right? So I'm gonna add mini dimensionals onto the leaves, and I'm going to secure those spots where I put those dots of glue with mini dimensionals to cover those leaf areas, and I can lift that right up off of my cardstock. So I'm going to go ahead and just add a few here and there wherever it needs a little tender. You know me and my dimensionals, guys. I'm a little excessive, but it's okay. You don't have to pay for my dimensionals. I do use a lot of them, but I love how my cards turn out, so I'm happy with it. All right, so I'm going to use the edges to do this little branch section here. Go down the branch. So you know how I cut these little pieces? So I cut like long, skinny pieces, and we're going to grab these three. I'm going to pull all the backs off. It's just easier to do it all at one time. So I have three. So I'm going to put that down the middle here, and just on that center branch, and I think I need two more, and then we'll be ready to stick it down onto our card. And then we'll work on our little bird. Okay. Forgot to pull the back off, and it's haunting me. Let me get that one off. All right. We'll add this one down here, and then we're good to go. So let's go ahead and pull the backs off all of the small minis, and then we'll attach our branch down. All right. I just want to make sure that all of them are off, because sometimes it's hard to see. All right, they are. All right, let's add our branch to our card. So we're going to put the branch kind of with this part up. We don't want it too high because we want our bird to be able to sit on there. All right, and make sure that this little piece sticks behind the branch there. All right. All right, so now we're ready for our words. I've already stamped that, and it says sending an abundance of thanks, and we're going to go ahead and attach that onto our piece. Next week, guys, I'll be back at the 1 o'clock time frame But I just had a doctor's appointment today, so I was not able to do 1 o'clock. All right, so I'm gonna add some dimensionals. I'm gonna leave the center empty, and I'll show you in a minute why. So we'll leave that alone. We're going to do our bird. So let's find him. Here he is. All right, so we're gonna color him, and I used 2 blues, but I did not use matching blues, and I wanted you to see light boho blue and light misty moonlight. So you can mix your colors. You don't always have to use light boho blue with dark boho blue. If you want a little bit of a different coloring, you can mix your colors. So I'm using light boho blue, and I'm going to color the entire bird, except for the beak, which is in dark daffodil. And the bird was stamped with early espresso ink. All right, so now he's all colored. I'm going to take the light misty moonlight, and I'm going to go over all these lines that the artist gave us on the bird to define him. And we're going to go over those with our light misty. And then I'm going to blend that in with the light boho blue again. So I'm just going to push that into those colors like that. And then that is the effect that you have on your little bird. Isn't that pretty? So you can blend the different colors together. So our bird, we're going to add some dimensionals onto him. I'm going to put a large one there and one on his belly area. And I'm going to leave his tail and his feet alone because we're going to use wet adhesive on that to attach him to the branch. So I'm going to put a little bit of wet adhesive on his tail and on his feet. Now, I buy that undo. I use it often because, you know, we all make mistakes, right? So I want you to be aware that you can buy it in these, the cheapest way to buy it, I'll show you, is in these large bottles, okay? This is the cheapest way. So if you want to have a small bottle and not have this big bottle, just buy your small bottle first. It's going to be a lot more expensive. But once you have your small bottle, you can purchase a large bottle and then refill it. And I actually have an even larger refiller than this. So they come in different sizes. I'll link them all for you. But I might not do it immediately after this video, depending on how much time I have, but it'll definitely be there by later this afternoon, because when I get back from my doctor's appointment, I will do it. All right, so we're going to attach this here, but we want to add our bow. So I'm going to grab my, this is Starry Sky metallic ribbon. So pretty. I love the sparkle that it has. I'm going to wrap it around my fingers. Oops. I start with this end by my pinky and I hold it. I'm moving fast. And then I'm wrapping once, twice, 3 times. Then the other piece ends up on that side of my finger, on my pointer finger, okay? And that's where I'm going to snip it, is on that side. So then I hold them in the center and I gather the whole little grouping, okay? Like this. And then I wrap this around, but I leave a loop. I don't know if you guys can see that loop right here. I leave that loop to put this little end through. And once I have that little end through that loop, I pull it. And it tightens that loop into a knot. And it secures your little bow that has these little tails. See, it's like a triple-tailed bow. or triple loop bow. So then that's what's going to get laid down right here. So I'm going to get a mini glue dot. And I'm going to put that down first, right here. And then I'm going to put my bow on top of it, like that. And that's why I didn't put a piece in the center, because the knot of that bow sticks up enough that it's going to cover that. So that's why I just put the dimensionals one on each side so that the bow can nestle in the center. And I'm going to tuck this underneath this leaf on this end. And I want to attach that down like so. And then I like to pull on these loops and kind of make them a little bit more wild once I have it secured in place. Just like that. And that's that part. And then we got to put our little bling on here. And so these are the adhesive back solid gems, and they come in lolly, lemon lolly, boho blue, and pecan pie. And so I'm going to use the pecan pie, and I'm going to use there's three different sizes, but I'm going to use one large, two medium. So I'm going to grab the large one and put it down in this corner. Well, if I can. My finger, I didn't fix my putty up top. I have to fix that. All right. So there's that one. Let's fix this putty so that it'll actually grab. I gotta shape it. All right. So then one of the medium ones I'll put in that corner, and then one over here. I'm gonna bring this one over a little bit, I think. There we go. A little bit more in. So those are my three embellishments that I'm gonna add onto my card. And that is our seasonal branches abundance of thanks card. Let me wrap up my ribbon here. This ribbon is so pretty. I use it a lot. I think I've gone through, this is probably my third spool since we've gotten these metallic ribbons from the In Colors, from last year's In Colors. And they brought them back this year, and I think I've been through 3 spools of them. This is my third one, so I love it. I love all the colors. I use the green and the pink and the turquoise. They're fantastic little... I just like the sparkle that they give the project. It just adds another element of sparkle. So today we used seasonal branches, and we used our scallop contour dies. And I'll show you the cards from all week. So we had Sunday's card, which is You're Too Kind. And then we had Monday's card, which was our birthday card. And then on Tuesday, I did this really fun Get Well card for you guys. And then yesterday, I don't know if you missed, but on my website, I had this card with a birthday card for with the bird nestled in these little branches. And then today's card. So lots of cards with these birds. I hope that you guys enjoyed the projects. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. The leaves, I used crumb cake, and then I went over light crumb cake, and then I went over the light crumb cake with the light Daffodil Delight, Rita. And then for the bird's beak, I used dark Daffodil Delight, and for the little bird's body, I used light Boho Blue and light Misty Moonlight. All right, guys, thanks a lot for being here. I will talk to you soon. I'm gonna try and link the undo if I can do it quickly before I leave for my doctor's appointment. But I appreciate you guys being here today. I hope that you liked today's card. I had a lot of fun making it with you, and don't forget about this fantastic little bundle, Seasonal Branches, because it is a great one, especially if you like birds, because it's a cute little bird card maker. All right, you guys have a fantastic day. Thanks for being here. And don't forget to share my video. See if you can help me reach those 2,000 subscribers. Let me see what I'm up to. Oh, I got one more. So I'm at 1991. So 9 more to go and I will hit my 2,000. Thanks for helping me out with that, guys. This is Kelly with Inky Hands Warm Hearts. Happy stamping. Oh, Maleda, you can still get it. It's worth getting in the bundle, and it's not cheaper to buy the bundle yesterday. It's cheaper to buy the bundle than to get the 15% off the stamp set. So it's still cheaper to get it if you get it with Seasonal Branches bundle. Thanks again. Happy stamping.